my body changed. My hormones were weird. I couldn't stop crying. I wanted to breastfeed and I was worried, am I doing it right? Is my daughter crying because I'm not a good enough mother? All these thoughts came in. And it was very, very dark, a very dark time where I was questioning life, the purpose of life, what does God want from me? All these kind of things. Very strange headspace. But because I have a psychology background, I knew there was something not right. So I sought out help.
Bringing a new life into this world is among life's most joyous moments. For most new mothers, those first days after childbirth are a roller coaster of emotions, from happiness to sadness, anxiety and tears. This is often called baby blues and usually peaks in the first few days after delivery. For most, it fades away quickly, except sometimes they don't go away. Postpartum depression is a prevalent mental health issue, impacting 1 in 7 women after childbirth. When a woman remains undiagnosed and struggles with postpartum depression, it doesn't just affect her, it casts a shadow over her family. With the pressure for women to be able to do it all, postpartum depression symptoms are often ignored by mothers. I'm Tony Yusuf, and welcome to Beautiful Mind. We are here to explore the intricacies of Malaysia's mental health landscape. In each episode, we'll embark on a journey through the diverse spectrum of mental health issues experienced by individuals here in Malaysia. Our mission is to challenge and dismantle the stigmas that cast shadows on mental health conditions. In today's episode of Beautiful Mind, we explore the complex realm of postpartum depression, a silent force affecting numerous new mothers in Malaysia. Until quite recently, postpartum depression carried a heavy stigma. This pushed women to endure their pain in silence, bearing the burden alone. The number one risk factor for postpartum depression is undiagnosed depression during pregnancy. Postpartum depression symptoms may include insomnia, appetite changes, anxiety, headaches, and chest pains. These symptoms are often labeled as being normal for mothers taking care of a newborn, especially for first-time mothers.
So basically, postpartum depression is, well, what a psychiatrist would say, major depressive disorder that happens in the peripartum period. And so peripartum basically means during pregnancy or after delivery. And so if we follow a strict diagnostic criteria according to our psychiatric Bible or dictionary, the DSM-5, it's up to 4 weeks postpartum. But in clinical research and in a lot of settings, we actually extend it to 1 year. So basically, postpartum depression, or now the terminology is peripartum depression, actually occurs when you're pregnant or during postpartum, and we can observe it until up to a year.
If you already have depression, you have more susceptibility towards being depressed during pregnancy and after. But most of us, we don't know we've got a form of depression. We know we're sad, we know that we are feeling stress selalunya orang panggil kan. But we don't realize the level of coping skills that we have. Misalnya, some people, they're workaholic, tapi socially acceptable, like, wow, this person has so much work, so many awards, looks so good, this person must be happy lah kan. Macam for sure kan, guarantee ada duit, ada bakat, gembira lah. Padahal happiness is subjective. It doesn't mean that to have things means you're happy. Sometimes the most depressed, saddest people have the fame, they have the money, they have everything. So happiness is really your past memories combined with the present, combined with your future thoughts. Then you are either feeling good or you're not feeling good. So a lot of people who have depression after giving birth, it's because I believe the past trauma or issues, they've caught up with you, and then your anxiety about what you're going to do for your child comes to the present. So it becomes a big mixture of fear and anxiety, and then you feel helpless, and that makes you depressed.
So basically it's depression in pregnancy. So like any other depression, key features to watch out for would be feeling sad, or you look depressed, you've lost interest in the activities that you used to enjoy, mostly isolating yourself, and some biological symptoms such as sleep disturbances, sleeping too much, sleeping too little, appetite, energy changes, and of course, sometimes difficulty making decisions, poor concentration. People say, you're walking purposely, or you seem to be moving slower, and of course, these thoughts of worthlessness, guilt, and even suicidal thoughts. So in a nutshell, those are depressive symptoms. But since we're talking about postpartum depression, so we are going to look into more detail for a pregnant mother. So it could be, thoughts of like, I'm not a good mother. I have difficulties with bonding with baby. I'm fearful that I might harm the baby, or even crying without reason, or just so these for someone who's pregnant or postpartum, these are signs to watch out for. Well, there are a lot of risk factors into why a person actually experiences peripartum depression. Pre-pregnancy, an individual could already have depression, and then pregnancy is a major life event, so that could change things. But at the same time, there are risk factors. But what's more important is that we need to identify whether or not during pregnancy itself a pregnant mother can be depressed before waiting until she's postpartum. And I think later on in the interview we're going to look at why that's important, not just in terms of risk factors, but the risk to the mother, to the fetus that she's carrying, to the baby, to the family. Yeah.